Today on the channel, I'm full of surprises, and I got one here today as I wasn't planning on picking this up, but I did. What is it? Stay tuned.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another edition of What the Heck Did I Just Buy? As we got a little surprise buy-in this week, and I figured I'd do a quick little short video. Todd McFarlane, is what I'm going to do about this one here. Now, I'm a guy that likes a good wrestling figure, so the clues ramp up here. I like a good wrestling figure. You guys know one performer that I absolutely love, maybe the Ultimate Warrior. And I like to collect all things and anything Ultimate Warrior. I've always been an Ultimate Warrior guy since my fandom as a little kid all the way to today. If I see a poster, if I see a trading card, if I see an action figure, you know I'm swooping in to get that. I wouldn't say I'm a completionist. It's just impossible with all the merchandise over the years. But I'm always interested in anything and everything Ultimate Warrior. He's my favorite performer of all time, after all. So whenever I see something that I haven't seen before, and maybe more times than not, it's on eBay, as that's kind of where a lot of this stuff ends up in this day and age. Not a lot of people hitting the antique balls and stuff, and if they do, there's not a lot of Ultimate Warrior and other stuff there that you really want to get involved in. But just a couple of weeks ago, I'm scrolling through eBay. I got some of my saved searches, as many people do. And one thing I have saved is Ultimate Warrior figure, just different plays on Ultimate Warrior. And something popped up and I said, ooh, I got to check this out. I saw it and it had the, of course, best offer accepted. You know, you could give a best offer. So this one was a couple of, I want to say it was like $200, I want to say is what the price was. I ended up getting this shipped for like $120 shipped, something like that, which was maybe more than I wanted to spend, but this is so near and dear to my heart. I said, you know what? It's going to be worth pulling the trigger here, as this is really the defining moment of my action figure and definitely my wrestling figure collecting. It is the Ultimate Warrior, obviously, but it is an upcoming Ultimate Warrior that we're going to have in our hands maybe in the next couple of weeks if we're lucky, fingers crossed. It is the prototype edition of the upcoming Mattel LJN Ultimate Warrior figure. And it is, like I said, the prototype right here. So skin tone not far off from the original Ultimate Warrior figure backed by Grand Toys LJN once upon a time. And longtime viewers of the channel know that is the one figure in my collection I would save if my house was burning. That was such a monumental action figure pickup for me as a kid. When I was a little kid, my dad got that for me out of the wrestling magazine, out of the back. It was a Canadian exclusive. Didn't know that at the time. Very hard to get. Many know that now, but we didn't know it back then. I was just very excited. It was such a big deal to have your favorite performer in action figure form. Just, it's a defining moment of my action figure collecting, and dare I say even my childhood. It transcends action figure collecting. It goes into my childhood. That first night opening that Ultimate Warrior and getting him in the Fig Fed, immediately going to the top of the house, winning the world title. There was no stopping the Warrior, and nothing has changed in my life ever since. So that is a very special figure to me. Now, longtime viewers of the channel know, once again, we know we got the LJN Mattel versions coming out to Target right now. Pre-order sold out. I missed out, but they are starting to hit stores right now as you guys are watching this. So I'm hoping in the next week or two, I come across them in stores. I'm going to need to get a loose one. I'm going to need a carded blue and a carded black. Now, I've made mention many a times, I'm not a huge fan of that because I wish they gave a new Warrior pose, a different look for Warrior. I don't want just re-release copying the homework of old. But it is what it is. It's about the money. Jesse Ventura told us follow the money. And speaking of Jesse Ventura, he's in that set too. So I got to pick that one up as well. But I do love the Ultimate Warrior. I do love any Ultimate Warrior figure we're getting. You guys know that once again. So as much as I wish they would have done something else, I'm not going to sit here and boycott and say, I'm not going to get it. So I'm part of the problem at the end of the day. But I will pick up that Ultimate Warrior. It is different than the LJN Grand Toys and some color stuff, so I do appreciate that from Mattel. I just wish it was posed differently. Heck, if they would have changed the hands and just mixed that up, that would have been good enough for me. is what it is. But long story short, pick this prototype up. I believe there's still some more up there. There's prototypes of all these LJNs, and we see that all the time from the factories. Now, I'm not getting any of the other prototypes, but the Ultimate Warrior, very cool to have. I got other Ultimate Warrior prototypes over here that I've picked up over the years. So this is something I think is worthy of my collection. It did not absolutely break the bank. A little more money than I would have liked to spend, in all honesty. Would have liked to keep it right at $100. Is what it is, though, and there's no way I'm going to find this at a store or a toy shop or a toy show anywhere near me. So really, the only option I had was this eBay purchase. Is it the greatest thing ever? Absolutely not, but it is a moment in time, and it's a stairway to the Ultimate Warrior LJN Mattel that's going to be released this year. So there's something cool to see things like this. It gives a little bit of a feel to what we can expect with this Ultimate Warrior here in the next couple of weeks when we get it. It's definitely has the feel of Series 1 from the LJN Mattel figures. It has some of that feel to it. Not super soft, not super hard, somewhere kind of in the middle, but definitely feels different than an LJN. Definitely feels different than a big rubber guy as well, for those keeping track at home. But a lot of hallmarks to the LJN Grand Toys one, as you can imagine. But not a bad piece of business, all things considered. You can definitely see the waist here. I'm hoping it's a little bit better on the final edition. But very, very fun. What's it say on the bottom here? 2025 Mattel is what it says down there. Made in China, so from the China factory. It does stand up okay. Now, might as well compare it here, and we'll bring this guy back out in the future when I finally do get that one. But here it is next to the original LJN Grand Toys edition. I mean, very, very similar between these two. Very similar. They did a lot of the same stuff, which once again, not a huge fan. It just shouldn't be, but we'll see how it is when the time comes and we get them in hand here. But like I said, also, you can see the skin tone on this one. It's pretty dangerously close to the original one, which was a little too peachy. Maybe too much niacin, maybe too much blood pressure going on with Warrior once upon a time. But it for sure has the hallmarks of the past. And it just makes me smile whenever I look at this figure. It's such a special figure for me. Your favorite performer ever getting his first ever figure made you a lifelong wrestling fan. Without the Ultimate Warrior, would this madness be going on? No, not macho madness, Todd McFarlane, just the madness of action figure collecting. I think if the Ultimate Warrior wouldn't have came into my life when it did, I don't think it would have happened. So maybe I would have been just G.I. Joe guy or something like that. But you never know. You can't rewrite history unless you go to another dimension and you get Bizarro World, Kyle. Maybe it's a totally different thing. Maybe I'm collecting My Little Ponies and Rainbow Bright in that universe. Who knows? But very fun as a Warrior fan. Like I said, I wouldn't buy the Hulk Hogan version of this and so on and so on. But stuff like this is very fun to have in the collection. And I'm happy I picked this one up. Now we just got to bring on the LJN Mattel Target exclusive one so I can complete the trifecta, have all three of them together, and we'll do a full comparison and a full video when that time does come for that figure. But wanted to show everybody this prototype one. Like I said, as of right now, a few more on eBay, so if you need it for your collection for whatever reason, go over there, pick it up, but not a bad piece of business. But what's your thoughts on that? You picking up any of these prototypes? Are you picking up the LJN Warrior when it does release? Any other prototypes of these you have in your collection or you want in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. You know we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon. It's true. Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Plenty of stuff to keep you busy over there. Early access to both YouTube channel videos. You do get, of course, a monthly Q&A video, bonus video each and every month over there for Patreon members. You get giveaways. Glamour shots for everything. You get early access to the podcast. You name it, it's your best way to support the channel. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is also the email to the channel if you need to email me something. And also the name of my podcast, available every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. And then, of course, don't forget my two books, The Complete Guide to the ECW Original San Francisco Toy Makers and The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstars series, both available right now on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. So for the Ultimate Warrior LJN Mattel prototype, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?